So one of the things that I was very keen to do was really think about the leadership philosophy of the organisation. So absolutely wanting it to be strengths-based, engaging, working in partnership, those sorts of things that we want to see, people treating people with compassion, all the things that we say we want to see in practice, I wanted to see through the leadership philosophy of the organisation. And so we designed an appreciative leadership programme. And it's really about understanding the importance of relationships and thinking about organisations as relationships to be explored and developed. It's about exploring possibilities rather than narrowly solving problems. It's very much about positivity and being curious. We see teams as communities of purpose or practice, and individuals as thinkers and innovators, that you want to capture all of their creativity. So for us, conversation, stories and language are hugely important and are some of the vehicles through which we make meaning of our situation and the things that are facing us. If you want to change culture, you need to change the conversations and about who talks to whom, about what. So there's no doubt that the questions that we ask influence what people remember and think about, how they feel emotionally and physically, the stories that they tell, and so that becomes that inner dialogue or the culture of the organisation. It's a much more engaging process than let's focus on the problems, let's produce a set of action plans, and then let's poke you every time you haven't achieved one of them. By the time this latest cohort of practitioners and leaders have been through the programme, we'll have put about 1,000 people through a programme. The programme consists of inputs and workshops. It involves people taking their new skills and applying them in practice. It's created all kinds of change in the organisation. So whereas in the past people would have team meetings which were a very long agenda of all of the things that we haven't done and all of the issues that we need to address, lots of people now have big conversations about things that really matter. There was a great example where somebody did a root cause analysis of a compliment, and you know what? That root cause analysis of the compliment identified the presence of all of the things that are often missing when you do a root cause analysis of something went wrong, but actually was a much more engaging conversation. Another part of the programme is actually almost teaching people to listen. And we use all kinds of methodology, so we're just starting to use the Schwartz rounds in a community and mental health setting. We've used video diaries, we've used all sorts of those techniques. But the really important thing is really hearing what's said. And if you really listen, then as a leader, you start to understand. And as you start to understand, you have a responsibility then to try and help people find solutions and find possibilities. Of course, one of the issues that you hear is understanding the emotional impact of caring and being cared for. So whether you're talking about a team leader, understanding the emotional turmoil and stress of staff involved in caring, or as a carer, understanding the emotional impact of being cared for, there's then a responsibility to do something about that. One of our programmes is a thing called Looking After Me, Looking After You, which is about acknowledging the need for people to be psychologically well, to be able to keep giving in a compassionate way. We offer mindfulness support to our staff, and we have a major health and well-being approach for all of our staff. What has this given us? Well, this has given us a common narrative, it's given us a common purpose, it's enabling people to use the values in practice and giving them a language. We use it in our recruitment of staff. We've built it into our performance development reviews, and it's given people a language to challenge when they see those values not being exhibited in people's behaviour. Our staff engagement scores we're in the top 20%, significantly different than 6 years ago. We sustained our performance through a merger of 4 organisations. That's not typical of organisations. And in the national surveys and family friends and family tests, we're doing okay, and we're certainly doing better than we were. What a lot of the narrative has given us is an ability to connect across the organisation, which is helping to build that positive culture. Thank you.